I went hiking alone last weekend. I took 47 photos. Mountains, trails, a river, a deer I spotted near the tree line. Beautiful trip. No one else around for miles. I know this because I checked. I was completely alone out there. So when I got home and scrolled to the last photo on my camera, photo number 48, I felt the ground shift under me. It was a photo of me, taken from behind. I was walking down a trail. The timestamp said it was taken at 2:14 p.m., while I was deep in the woods, miles from anyone. And I was not alone in that photo. There was a hand, just visible at the edge of the frame, reaching toward my shoulder from just outside the frame, reaching from somewhere the camera couldn't quite see. I had not felt anyone touch me at 2:14 p.m. I had not felt anyone near me at all. I called my friend Dana immediately. She came over within an hour, and we went through the photo together on my laptop, zooming in on every detail. The hand was real. Not a branch, not a trick of light, not a shadow. Fingers, a wrist, pale skin, no glove, which in November temperatures on that trail meant either the person had just removed their glove or, and Dana said this quietly, almost to herself, the person had been there for a long time and was no longer affected by the cold. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I called the ranger station and reported what I found. They were polite and took my information, but I could hear in the officer's voice that he was filing this under woman alone, spooked herself, probably a shadow. He said they'd log it. He said I should email the photo. I emailed the photo. A different ranger called me back 4 hours later. His voice was different from the first one, measured, careful. He asked me to come in. I went to the ranger station the following morning. I met with 2 rangers and a woman who was introduced to me as being from the county sheriff's office. They had printed the photo and had it on the table when I arrived. They asked me a series of questions. Had I seen anyone on the trail? Had I heard anything unusual? Had I noticed anything disturbed? Campsites, equipment, anything out of place? I said no to everything. Then, the woman from the sheriff's office slid a second photograph across the table. It was a trail camera image, the kind rangers use to monitor wildlife. Grainy, time-stamped, black and white. It showed a section of the trail I had walked. The timestamp read 2:09 p.m., 5 minutes before photo 48 on my camera. I was in the image, my red jacket, unmistakable, moving along the trail from right to left. And behind me, maybe 30 feet back, moving in the same direction, partially obscured by trees, was a figure, tall, dark clothing, moving with the slow, deliberate pace of someone who is being careful not to be heard. Following me. They had footage of someone following me on that trail, someone who had been close enough, 30 feet, then apparently closer, to reach toward my shoulder at 2:14 p.m. Someone who had my camera, or a camera exactly like mine, or who somehow placed a photo onto my camera's memory card. I don't understand the technical explanation for that last part. The rangers didn't either. My camera requires a physical memory card to be inserted. No wireless transfer, no Bluetooth. For that photo to appear on my card, someone would have to physically handle my camera. I carry my camera around my neck on a strap. I never set it down on the trail. The sheriff's office investigated. They searched that section of trail and the surrounding area over the following 3 days. They found a campsite, hidden well off the trail, down a steep bank, invisible from the path. Old fire ring, long cold, a tarpaulin strung between trees, weathered and dark with age. And beneath the tarpaulin, arranged in a careful line, protected in a waterproof sleeve, photographs. Dozens of photographs, all of hikers, all taken from behind, all on this trail. I was the most recent, but I was far from the first. They have not yet identified who made that camp. The site appeared to have been used over a long period. The rangers estimated possibly years based on the fire ring and the wear on the ground. Whoever lived there or stayed there or hunted from there, they are gone now, cleared out before or shortly after my visit, as if they knew the search was coming. They have not been found. I have not been back to that trail. I have barely been back to any trail. I stand at trailhead sometimes, at the edge of the trees, and I think about the 30 feet of space between me and that figure in the trail camera image, and I think about how sound carries in a forest, or rather how it doesn't, how footsteps on soft ground make almost no noise, how someone careful and practiced could move through the woods behind you for miles, and you would never once know they were there. I think about the hand at the edge of the frame. I think about how close it was to my shoulder. And I think about the one question that I have never been able to answer, the one that wakes me up at 3 a.m. and sits on my chest until morning. If that figure had been following me for miles, if they were close enough to reach for me, why didn't they? What were they waiting for? And are they still out there now in those woods, following someone else down a quiet trail, waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right person? The next time you go hiking, check every photo when you get home, count them carefully, and pray the number matches. Subscribe for a brand new AI horror story every single day. Comment below. Would you ever hike alone again after this?